Alright, hello. This is my review of the Wooting 60HE. So before we get into anything, I want to make it very clear I am not sponsored by Wooting. They did send me this keyboard for free, but I said specifically in the email conversation that I will be doing an unbiased review. So these are 100% my opinions, no biases, no nothing. Now first things first is the size and the weight. It is quite small and it is quite light, but it isn't like small? Let me explain. It's small in that it is a 60% keyboard, and I love that. I've never had a 60% keyboard before, but it does leave quite a bit of desk space. I do have a pretty big desk, so that's not too big of a concern for me usually. It is still very convenient, and it is especially helpful if you happen to have a small setup or limited desk space. It is very helpful for that. Future me here to tell you that I have been streaming on my Twitch channel. I mostly do globbing content on there. If you want to know what the fuck that is, go ahead and click the link in the description. There's no F1, F2, like the F number keys, but you can hold the function key and press the numbers to get the exact same effect. It was a little weird, especially the biggest one for me was no delete key, but again, if you hold function and press backspace, it has the same effect as well. So with a little bit of getting used to it, that was not a concern whatsoever. For me, at least. And the reason I almost said that it wasn't small is because, so I have huge hands, and a lot of the time laptop keyboards really fuck me over because I fat finger everything and it's really a problem for me. But this keyboard, same, like average size keycaps and everything like that, nothing extraordinary in that department. Okay, editing me coming in to tell myself that I worded things dumb. I meant specifically that the keycaps aren't just like flat like a laptop's. I meant that they're not smaller in width or height either. Like they're just a normal, it's like a normal layout for a keyboard, except the number pad and the number, like F number keys are chopped off basically, which is something I was worried about. I don't really know why, but I was, apparently. And like I mentioned before, it's very light, which is extremely convenient if I need to move it around. I have a big-ass desk, so a lot of the time I move the keyboard from the left side when I'm gaming to the middle when I'm typing something. That isn't an issue. It's very easy to do that. I can lift it with one hand without literally any concern. It's a very small keyboard, very light, very easy to move around, so if you were to travel or anything like that, it would be very, very convenient. It could fit in a backpack, especially, and even the box that it comes in, it has rubber feet on the bottom that keep it from grooving when you don't want it to be grooving. Next thing to mention is the sound, which is, it's hard to complain. It's not mind-blowing. I do prefer the sound of my older keyboard. Considering that keyboard was custom made by Minitech and he sent it to me and I think he spent like $400 on it, I think it's hard to complain. Considering this keyboard is under a $200 price tag and their focus isn't on the sound, focused almost entirely on gaming, the sound is great. I've always found it difficult to describe sounds for keyboards, especially. So instead of doing that, I'm just gonna do a typing test and let you guys form your own opinions.
Do I clutch this? Do I immediately die? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yo, I was that was unintentional, I promise. Now, because of a lot of you guys I feel like are going to be here for the performance specifically, I'm going to be skipping over a lot of the other stuff here. But to be very clear, they do have a lot of very sick settings, especially the analog curve. This can be very helpful for games like Trackmania or Rocket League if you want the whole analog deal. And if you want more information on those specifically, I would recommend going to other reviews, since this review is going to be more oriented towards performance in Minecraft specifically. But I will say their software is incredibly specific and diverse, and any setting that you really need, they have here. I haven't found a thing or a need that I wanted, and it wasn't here on the software to change. I personally really like the light linear switch. It is very helpful for precision and making sure that my inputs are quick and responsive. I think for the most part that's what people would want when getting this key, especially if you're getting it for the analog input, so I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. But if you do lean more towards clicky or tactile switches, then obviously this is not for you. I also think there are more budget options for typing keyboards or for something that sounds nice. But again, if you're here in this review, I doubt that's what you're really after. So let's finally talk about the gameplay. And I'll be to the point. This is easily the best keyboard I've ever used for gaming. This is my setup I have up on the screen for my settings, and I have no complaints. The reactions are quick and snappy. If I'm moving one direction and want to stop moving in that direction, there is practically no delay between me wanting that to happen and it happening, apart from the delay of the signal going from my brain to my finger. I don't need to fully lift my finger all the way off the key like I do on a lot of other keyboards. I can like half lift it, even holding it down and just keeping my finger there, and it still does not press the key down because of the rapid key press. Rapid trigger. I was close. Apart from what I already just now mentioned, I can't really talk on the analog nature that much since Minecraft doesn't have analog inputs, and I do play Rocket League, but I use a controller for it. So unfortunately I don't have an opinion on that, but I can most definitely talk on the speed and precision, which is entirely unmatched in my personal experience. When I want a movement to be done, it is done. In terms of typing with these settings, it is ever so slightly annoying. I found myself typoing a lot, so I used their like per key rapid trigger on specifically WASD. I had it on control. When I had it on Control, Shift, and Space, or any of my hotkeys, I found myself accidentally pressing them when I didn't want to. Specifically, the space bar was a big one, and I'm sure that is something I could get used to, but I personally just decided to make it WASD and only because since that's what I noticed the most difference in, and in my opinion, matter much, much more in PvP. I can't play it quick. Okay, I'm getting doubled.
I should have. Penny, you were in a really good spot. Wait, what? Hello?
I'm still alive.
Are you on me? Yeah. They were
Dude, that's so funny. That's so funny. It is also worth mentioning that any typos or anything that I was complaining about before, it could be completely changed given the settings. You can make multiple profiles and very quickly hold function and press a button to move to another profile. For example, you could have a typing or a gaming profile. I am too lazy to do that, both to set it up or to hold function every time I want to type something, so I have gone with this sort of weird hybrid thing. The only keys that I have the rapid trigger on are WASD, and so far I have no complaints. I like it a lot. This is easily my favorite keyboard that I have ever used. It is obvious the people working at Wooting know what they're doing. They have their priorities very straight and very publicly show those. They care about the performance, and that's what you get. I have a few complaints surrounding the other things, but in terms of gaming performance, it is irrefutable, and it is the best I've ever used by a long shot. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed making this. This was very fun. Thank you so much to Wooting for sending me this keyboard. And anybody who made it this far, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of tea. All right, I am planning on emailing Ponage to try to get my hands on the Stormbreaker. I have no idea how that's going to go. I haven't even emailed them yet, but we will see. If the game hasn't ended yet, then I will just let it play out. I'll turn up the audio so you guys can hear me and Reply's comms. In any case, go ahead, enjoy.
Yes.
I'm back. I'll get him.
Got that?
Yep.
Nice.
Got him.
Nice. I got a square. He walked off.
No, I didn't fucking hotkey to my blocks, bro. I just kept right-clicking the block with my sword. I hit my head. Nice.
Nice. Winnable.
For sure, 100%. Low left.
Yes.
That's dumb. Getting doubled. Imagine it happen again.
I was lowered too far back. I died.
Oh.
Sorry. Got impact?
I'm leaving.
I'll avoid then.
Okay.
Come.
What? Oh, I hit the wrong one.
Oh, I walked off. Oops. Or like, down here.
Could have blocked him off there. Didn't expect him to drop.
Nah, they probably would double you anyway.
No, I thought I'd
Ah.
live that.
What? Oh, I thought I could drop them. I'm just gonna go.
Yep, go.
You gotta get that square.
Got him.
Should be in? I think.
Go. Yes! Let's go!
Yes.
Fly your goated!